Hi, this is Kirk O'Connor, and today what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to add an email account to Microsoft Windows Live Mail. Now, this is not the live mail that you get online, or Outlook.com as I think it's known these days. This is the live mail that you actually download to your desktop computer, and it's the successor to Outlook Express. Now we have the main screen here. We've opened Windows Live Mail, so now we're going to work on that. So to start off with adding our account, I have clicked up here top left corner on this blue bookie type icon, and we've had a drop down menu show some options for us. The first one we go down to is options, and when we run our mouse over that, we get an option for email accounts, which is the one we're going to click now. Now we're presented with a pop-up box, and you can see that there's one email account already on this Microsoft Live Mail, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a new one. So where we've circled the add box, we're going to click Add Now. This next screen is quite obvious. What we're going to do here is we're going to click the email account there and then click Next. So here is where we start being able to add some of the settings we've been provided for our website's email account. And the first one at the top there that you see in the red circle is obviously our email address, followed underneath by our password. Then we have under that example, where it says example John Doe, you would put the name that you want for your sent messages. In my case it would be Kirk O'Connor. And then down the bottom, as you can see, the arrow pointing at that green tick. So that says manually configure server settings. So we're going to tick that box, then click Next. We now come to the setting page for our incoming server information and our outgoing server information. Incoming server is for the mail that comes down from the website's mail server, and outgoing server information is for mail that you are sending out of your email client up to the outgoing mail server. So first of all, the incoming server information, and the first thing we do is set this as the server type as POP. POP means that when the mail is sent down to our email client, it is deleted off the server, and this is advisable if you don't want to keep filling your server with email that is left over and hasn't been deleted. You could also set this to another alternative, which is IMAP. IMAP downloads the email from the server but doesn't delete it off the server. This is commonly used if you have multiple devices accessing your email. However, normally on a desktop client you would set this as POP. Under that we have the server address, and that is mail.ipressword.com. In this case, you will be provided with this information by your web mail server people. Also, it's commonly set as port 110. That's the default. Down the bottom we have the logon username, which in our settings is always your email address. So I've set that to kirk@ipressword.com. So that's our incoming server information set. Now let's move across to the outgoing server information. The server address is the same as the server address for incoming. That's mail.ipressword.com in this situation from these settings, but you would replace that, of course, with the settings you are provided by your supplier. And also the port, and this is important, in our case the port is port 26. However, that could be a different value. Really depends upon your web server's mail server's settings. Then under that we put a tick in requires authentication. That's quite important. If you don't tick that, then it won't work. There is an exception with the outgoing server information. Sometimes on older servers where the port is port 25, and once again you'll be provided with that information, you will find that your internet service providers, be it bigpond.com or iinet.net.au or one of those, may block mail that goes out on port 25. So what you would do in that case to get round that problem is you would enter the server address of your ISP, let's say mail.bigpond.com, and of course you would still use port 25, and you would untick requires authentication, so that would not be ticked. But that's only in a case where your outgoing mail doesn't work. We're not going to do that here because we believe that because we're on port 26 it will work. So once we've added all of those things, we're going to click next. Well, now our email account has been successfully added, and all we have to do is click finish to finish off the process of adding the account. Then we can see there to the left that the account now exists. So the next thing is to test the account. So now we're going to send out a test message, and I'm going to send this to a Gmail account I have and show you it being received in the Gmail account and being sent back. So here's our message, and we're going to complete that and press send. Now here we see in our Gmail inbox the message has been received, so that the outgoing mail server is working perfectly. Now we're going to add a reply to that, and we're going to send that from Gmail back to our MSLive account, and you can see we've done that, and there it is. It's popped into the inbox, and you can see there's our response. So we have now created an email account in MSLive, and we have tested that to see that it can send and receive mail. This has been Kirk O'Connor. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and perhaps you might like to catch some of our other free video tutorials.